everybody, I'm the Different Collector, and welcome to the video of the One Piece card game. Today, I ain't got much to talk about. Starting this Friday, I think I'll start talking about the pre-release for OPO 4. But today, I'm just going to do an ODEN deck list. There's a deck I'm going to be running this Friday. Yeah, I also noticed that there isn't very many ODEN deck lists on YouTube for current OPO 3 format, so this is my best attempt at one. I wouldn't say it's a good deck. I plan on going like 0-4 this Friday. However, I think it'll be fun nonetheless. So yeah, here is the deck. We're running 12 2K blockers. We have 4 Ezo, which does count as... Actually, let me go back. First off, let's talk about the leader. Leader is ODEN, obviously. A green leader with power 5,000, life of 5, and the effect of activate main once per turn. You may trash one Wano Country type card from your hand, set up to 2 of your down cards as active. For that reason, we were playing a lot of Wano Country cards, because it's very important. Yes. Now let's go back to our 2K counters. 4 Ezo, which is Wano Country as well, so you can also pitch that for your Dawn effect. We're playing 4 Chopper, just a 2K counter. I guess it's pretty decent if you're playing against like Zoro maybe, and resting. If you want to, you can play this your next turn, rest one of their low cost characters, but I wouldn't see you playing him. And we have 4 Hachan, which is basically just going to be here for his 2K counter. However, he does have a trigger to play him. Oh, and you can't even play him. His trigger is off of a E-Spoo type leader. My apologies. I already hear someone probably going in the comments and saying, correcting me before I even correct myself. But yeah, he's just here for his 2K counter. You aren't resting 4 to play him. Mainly because if you notice, a lot of our cards are pretty high Dawn cost. This is a pretty high cost like deck to run. So there's a few things that I might change. First change I'd probably make is not run Law. He is a good card, don't get me wrong. It's like 5 cost, 6k power, and then being a blocker. But like his on play effect to return one and then get one from your hand really doesn't apply well. I mean, you can get your Momonosuke's back out in the field, so you can get another search off. That works. You can get your Raizo's back out in the field. You can get your Okiku's back on the field, I guess, but I don't know why you would. So I might not run Law. I'd probably run something else. What I would run instead of these 2 Law, that is a good question. If I search by Wano Country here, sorry, I can't spell. There isn't too much you can like really run as a boss character that we aren't already running. We're already playing 2 Yamato, so we have that. We have 3 ODEN in our deck, and we have 3 Kinemon in our deck. So I'm not sure what you would cut for him. If there's anything else that like would be better, I mean, go ahead and prove it to me. I don't know if like Kid would be better, but he still relies off of 3 costs or lower, so pretty much the same issue there. So yeah, I think the Law is probably your best bet. He's lower cost, so you can play him in like a Denjiro on the same turn, pitch Wano Country, and then get 2 more Dawn as active, and like play Momonosuke, get a search off, I guess. But yeah, this also relies off a lot of like really important characters on field, like really strong ones, because you're gonna be lowering your your cards in your hand a lot too. So you're gonna want a lot of very powerful cards on field that can, like your blocker is good. If you could fit blockers in here, actually I probably would. If you this is a blocker, so I wouldn't cut him, but maybe cut your Komurasaki. So I will go on the card by card in a second here, I promise. Maybe cut your 3 Komurasaki, play some blocker. I know we have like Nekomamushi, which is farther down here somewhere. I know I passed him. Yeah, Cat Viper here, which is a blocker, 3k 4 cost, but if we had a lower cost one we could play, I would do that, because you're going to be having low card advantage, so that means you have very high Dawn power in your hand. That's why I think maybe you could even cut like 3 Komurasaki, play 3 more 2k counter cards. That might be a very good possibility. You could always just play like Beige from the starter deck. That is a decent option in its own, because he's a 1 cost blocker too, so just small things to consider. Yes, card by card here. Ezo, it has a good effect. He has a good effect on play of resting at cost 4 or less, but mainly just your 2k counter. Okiku is insane. It's been this card's been decent since OPO1, so last 3 sets here. 3 cost, 5k power, has 1 dotted card equipped, so that's going to be a 6k swing. When attacking, you can rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with cost of 5 or less. That gets rid of, like, Queen blocker if you're playing against Magellan or Kaido. This gets rid of Laws. That's pretty powerful. Kinemon here is a 6 cost, 6k power. On play, you can play up to 1 red scabbard with cost of 3 less in your hand. Same issue. Like, I don't think you're gonna be getting your playoff that much unless you have like Raizo exactly in your hand, or Okiku. Okiku's gonna be very powerful as well. But when he's attacking, you can set up to another character that costs 3 less is active. So like you could swing with Okiku, rest that Law, swing with Kinemon into Law. They'd have to waste like a counter or just get rid of their Law. Set Okiku back as active, swing and delete for 5 again, rest on their character. That's always a possibility. Momonosuke is your searcher. Kurosaki here is a 1 cost 0 power 1k counter character here. Probably the one I'd replace the fastest. On play, you may rest 3, and if your leader is Oden, you can set up to 1 of your Wano characters with cost of 3 less as active. I don't think this would be great. So I'd probably cut this for like a 2k counter or like the Beiji blocker. But I would keep your deck as many Wano Country cards as possible because that's what you need for this, and that is your main draw for playing this leader. If you weren't going to do this, just play Kinemon at that point because he's a bit better. So yeah, your next card here is Denjiro. We have it's a 5 cost 7k power. He has 1 Dana card equipped when attacking. If your leader is Oden, set 2 Dana as active. That's pretty powerful. Law is a staple. He's a blocker. 5 cost 6k power. On play, you can return 1 character from your hand and then play 1 with a cost 3 or less. Raizo here is okay. Like he's a target to get out with Kinemon, I guess. And also replace him with Komurasaki. Not with Komurasaki, but like in the list of cards I would replace with other things. He's in that list. 3 cost 4k power, 1k counter when attacking once per turn. If you have 2 or more rested characters, draw 1 card. That's not the greatest. I'd like, even if you had to, I'd play like Ashura Doji maybe over Raizo. He's pretty cool. He has one down card equipped. He gets another 2k power when you have 2 rested characters. So same restriction. I mean, I guess he needs a Don, but this is let's be if your opponent has 2 rested characters. My apologies. I feel like it's also not your turn specific. So if your opponent isn't careful about what cards you're playing, he could just be a 6k on board, and they wouldn't know. So that'd be powerful. Next you're playing Yamato, a green character with the cost of 5, power 5,000, counter of 1,000. It has double attack and banish. That's pretty powerful. Oden is a 8 cost, 8,000 power. Activate main, once per turn, rest 3. Set this character as active. That's pretty powerful. On KO, you play one Wano Country character with a cost of 3 less from your deck, then shuffle your deck. One of the few cards in the card game right now that actually shuffles your deck for you. 2k counter. Yamato here is a 4 cost, 6k power. On play, rest 1 of your opponent's characters at the cost of 6 or less. I'd say it's even better than Okiku is. 2k counter. Paradise Waterfall is an event card with a cost of 1. Counter. Your leader or up to 1 of your characters gains plus 2k counter during this battle. Then set up to 1 of your characters as active. That's really powerful, I think. If your blocker already blocked this turn, it's not Wano Country restricted on that set as active. I know, so that's very powerful. I get really repetitive. I know. You don't need to yell at me. I can hear someone saying it or something, or just thinking it at least. I'm sorry, but yeah, this is very, very powerful. Because you're turning 1 down at the 2, and you saying something as active, which is something you'd have to do through some other means. That would be a lot more expensive than just 1 Don. Plus, you're basically just starting your blockers with this, which is another draw I'd say if you want to play more blockers instead of Komurasaki or Raizo. That's another draw you could do with that. And also trigger, KO up to 1 of your opponent's rested characters with cost of 4 less. It's also really decent. Play 4 Punk Gibson. You probably know what this card does. 2 cost event. Counter, your leader up to 1 of your characters gains plus 4k power during this battle, then rest an opponent's character the cost of 4 less. That is amazing. And then the trigger is just rest one opponent's character, no cost restriction. It's just a great card. But yes, this is the deck I'm playing. It's very high cost, so there's probably some adjustments I make. Maybe Killer. You could probably play Killer. And yeah, I think this is just a fun deck. It's not competitively viable by any means. I'm going to place this as a fair warning at the very end here. I'm pretty sure I said it earlier, so no one get mad at me if they go 0-5 in a regional with this deck, because please don't. Don't take this to a regional. It's not good. Costs are too high, and it's just not explosive enough. You lose to Law and Zoro, so that is just a guarantee. I promise you, that's a guarantee. But thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that once I should have a. Oh my god, is my audio not being captured? Okay, it is. Oh, I just looked over at OBS and I didn't see any audio being captured, and I had a heart attack. I apologize. Yeah. I should have an hour-long deck list coming out next week, I think. I kind of start going over deck lists more, like other people's deck lists and other things. But yeah, very excited. I think this. I hope I can get at least one win with this Friday. But again, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.